Hey guys, I'm Tris. It's been about 2 to 3 months since my last YouTube upload, so it's been a while, but thanks for sticking by. I've just been really sorting things out for myself, just making sure that I have enough me time, but yes, I'm back now, and yeah, really excited to get back into my Nintendo Switch reviews. And today I'm going to be reviewing Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Now before I have a look into that one as well, I made a TikTok account about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I've been really interested in the platform for quite a while. It's pretty much just me doing my Switch unboxings and anything that I love about the Switch as well, even some recommendations over there. You guys have been really crazy and it's hit over 44,000 views, which is really appreciated. But yeah, anyways, let's jump into the review for today. It's Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. I'm really excited for this, guys. Let's have a look at it. Sakuna of Rice and Ruin was developed by Edelweiss and published by Marvelous, also known as Xseed, and it releases on the 10th of November 2020. In Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, you play as Sakuna, a bratty harvest goddess that pretty much always got what she wants. After being banished from the lofty realm, essentially where gods and goddesses reside, due to destroying all the offerings, Sakuna must defeat demons that reside in Hino Island. Team out with her guardian Tama and a group of humans, you must reclaim the land. Oh, and the game is inspired by Japanese mythology. Pretty awesome if you ask me. Even just a few hours into the game, you will notice some great character progression. The hard work that each person puts in really shines through. At the start of this journey, I really didn't like Sakuna. She was constantly complaining and being rather irritating. Further in though, she does become less annoying and actually grateful for everything. You start off at Hino Island and before long, find the house that your parents resided in years ago. With just a storehouse, a communal space and a field to start with, soon the area will be developed to include even more buildings, including a forge and a dressmaker's shop. Sakuna is an action platformer. What you will do pretty much every in-game day is explore each part of the island, which is sectioned off into stages. Each stage generally has 4 objectives to clear. These will normally be kill 40 monsters, find the treasure, collect X amount of a specific resource. And when you clear the objectives, your exploration level increases, leading to new areas and gathering spots. The gathering spots are incredibly handy here. You utilize these to gather more resources. It says it in the name. And in the morning, you send one of the humans you live with to those spots. And depending on the amount of time that they spend at those areas, the more of a resource that you will get at the end of the day. As someone that loves platformers, the movement and response times are something that I generally look at quite heavily. However, in Sakuna, platforming is fantastic. The use of your railment is a great addition. Just make sure to dodge enemies or you'll be interrupted mid-movement. The combat was classic beat 'em up style, and I love learning all the combos. Especially when you use that railment, it's pretty much like a silk cloth to toss enemies into a crowd and clear them. Using the railment like that was pretty satisfying, so I always like just clearing a crowd out like that. It's OP. I did find myself often replaying stages due to the game being difficult at times. But I'm actually glad about that it wasn't a walk in the park, because so many games nowadays are way too easy, and the fact that this one had that slight bit of difficulty but wasn't overly difficult was something I quite liked about the game. If you want to become stronger, there are multiple ways to do that as well. From crafting better weapons and armor, unlocking equipment powers and upgrading them, to even growing a successful rice crop. There's a lot involved here to make your character stronger, which I loved. Something I found surprisingly fun and relaxing was the cultivation of rice. A major fact of game progression is looking after your crop of rice every in-game day. You start with plowing the field, fertilizing it, and growing seedlings, and before long, you plant them and monitor their growth. Depending on how they're growing, you raise or lower the water level while weeding the field and developing specific fertilizer to bring about a plentiful harvest. Now, I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but essentially Sakuna is the daughter of the warrior god and the harvest goddess, so it kind of makes sense that, cultivation of crops is something that makes you stronger. Once your crop of rice is ready, you harvest it, then leave it to dry. The rice then goes through a threshing process to be removed from the plant and hulled. Depending on how much you hull the rice, different results will be also achieved here, which is another part of the aspect that I really enjoyed. Also, the more you do specific in-game tasks, the further your skills develop and unlock more abilities. Now, I found the game's visuals and audio incredibly charming. Everything about the experience felt really polished. There's only one thing that stopped this game from being a 5 out of 5 experience. And to be honest, that's just the handheld mode. Playing the game in handheld didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like you could look after your crop of rice. All the attacks and everything like that just didn't feel right in handheld mode, even when I was using my Skull & Co grip case, which is really nice and works pretty well with most games. Besides that though, today I'm going to be rating Sakuna of Rice and Ruin 4.5 out of 5. It had a brilliant story, charming visuals and audio, and it was an incredibly fun game. That was my review of Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Now I just want to say a quick thank you to Turn Left Distribution for sending me a copy of the game to review. I really appreciate it, guys, and I really had a great time with this game. Anyways, I know it's been quite a while, so if there's anything that I can do to make the videos better, please let me know. Otherwise, on the side, I also have that TikTok now, which is TO Phantom TV. There's some cool videos there, unboxings, all under a minute. It works well. I hope you enjoyed my video, and yeah, love seeing you in the future for another Nintendo Switch review, maybe unboxing and more as well. Thanks, guys.